2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 6th of December, and it's Microwave Oven Day. And a big happy birthday to Freddie Flintoff, Ben Watt, Nick Park, and Judd Apatow. There were 43,992 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, with 54 additional deaths announced. The number of cases of the Omicron variant rose again to 246. Health Secretary Sajid Javid has added Nigeria to the red list of countries and also introduced a new rule for travellers coming into the UK. Anyone aged 12 or over, regardless of vaccination status, will now need to have a pre-departure PCR test before they'll be permitted to enter, beginning from 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning. But Government Science Advisor Professor Mark Woolhouse says that may well be too late.
I think that may be a case of shutting the stable door after the horse has bolted. If Omicron is here in the UK, and it certainly is, if there's community transmission in the UK, and it certainly looks that way, then it's that community transmission that will drive the next wave.
Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab was busy defending the decision on Sunday morning's talk shows.
You always get the Goldilocks criticism of we've done too much, we've done too little. The reality is, I think if you look at the hospitalisation rate, the fatality rate, actually we have steadily and patiently but steadfastly created the resilience and the defences which mean we can enjoy Christmas.
Professor David Spiegelhalter says it's the worst possible time for a new variant to be loose in the community.
The next 2 weeks are probably some of the highest risk periods with a lot of indoor socialising. I'm sure the government would love not to disrupt Christmas. What happens after Christmas, of course, is another matter. The new year is quite likely to see a lot of challenges to face. And as SAGE have said, that could very well mean more stringent measures.
The father and stepmother of Arthur Labinjo-Hues were sentenced to more than 20 years of jail time each last week for their parts in the death of the 6-year-old. It's a tragic case, and it struck a chord across the nation as football crowds paid tribute and vigils were held across the weekend. Now, the government's launched a national review as his death came after social workers had found no safeguarding concerns. The review will aim to identify what went wrong and make changes to better protect vulnerable children. The Children's Commissioner, Dame Rachel D'Souza, told Andrew Marr that reviews into Arthur's death were not a quick fix and that it'll take time to change systems.
Arthur raised concern. He was not a baby. He was 6 years old. He raised concern and the system did not hear him. We must listen to the voices of children. But what I'll tell you is this is not a quick fix. It's a big job, but we must do it for Arthur.
Professor of Social Work at Kingston University, Dr. Ray Jones, says it's at least partly the government's fault as budgets have been cut.
Since 2010, local authorities who have that responsibility have had their funding from government cut by over 60%. There are fewer health visitors, fewer police officers now than there were before, and social workers are being run pretty ragged.
Sunday saw the death of former US presidential candidate and longtime Republican Senator Bob Dole. He'd been receiving treatment for lung cancer and was 98 years of age. In the current US Congress, Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has spoken out in the wake of Islamophobic remarks from Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, who's a history of making inflammatory Trump-style statements. Ilhan says she's received a number of death threats since the latest attacks.
There is a general fear that my staff has, words matter, and words can cause violence. And she knows that the language that she's using, the audience that she's using it for, is going to incite violence.
There's a new storm on the way, Storm Barrow, which is due to hit on Tuesday with high winds and risks of hail and snow. But over 4,000 homes are still without power from the last storm. Homes, mainly in the northeast of England, haven't had power for over a week, with the Army and Marines dispatched to bring supplies. Business and Energy Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng says it's not acceptable that it's gone on so long, but that he's doing his best.
Having 4,000 people still off power is unacceptable, and we have got 99.5% of the people that were affected back on the power supply. Now, for the 0.5%, that's no solace at all. I said that, I've repeatedly said that, and that's what I'm focused on. But it's wrong to say that nothing has been done.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Michael Buble's getting Christmas ready, and Chelsea's women win the FA Cup. Right after this.
You're listening to The Smart 7. If you're enjoying it, you might also like the Smart 7 Ireland edition. Just search and follow us on your favourite podcast platform. Sunday saw the Women's FA Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea, with a determined Chelsea team securing a domestic treble with a 3-0 win. Chelsea manager Emma Hayes was pretty happy after the game.
London is blue, and when the third goal went in, I was simply purring.
In men's football, new Man United interim manager Ralph Rangnick was happy, if not actually purring, as his new team managed a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace.
I'm more than happy. I think we no doubt deserved to win because we had control of the game. I don't know about possession of the ball, but I suppose it was more than 60%. To be honest, I was positively surprised by the performance of the players.
A sure sign of Christmas every year is the reappearance of Michael Buble. The charming Canadian crooner presumably does stuff all year round, but the Christmas season is his time to shine. He spoke to Jimmy Fallon and says he's well aware of the Buble defrosting memes, but he's actually okay with it. In fact, he's on TikTok now. Well, I guess he's got 11 months of free time to kill and he's making jokes about it.
I hear the jokes, I see the memes. Buble coming out of a cave, Buble's defrosting, Christmas is near. Do you guys ever wonder why someone might spend that much time in a cave? It's because I'm Batman.
It seems we've got more Spider-Men than the garden shed has spiders these days, but as we wait for Spider-Man No Way Home, Miles Morales is back with a trailer for the next chapter of the Oscar-winning Spider-Verse saga. The animated adventure sees Brooklyn Spider-Man travel across the multiverse to tackle a brand new supervillain, but it's not due to hit cinemas until October 2022.
Okay, so what are you doing here? I thought I'd never see you again.
Want to get out of here?
I'm grounded.
Bummer.
What?
Is Spider-Man grounded?
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.